Bratt, you're going up against a team today who have multiple offensive threats, even if McDavid is not playing tonight. I mean, what type of challenge does that pose for you guys as a group in terms of where you need to be mentally here?
Obviously, we've seen ever since McDavid got injured, the team has still played really well. I mean, they play a good system. They play fast. They're good breaking out the puck. They're good in transition game, and obviously they have a lot of guys that are big offensive threats. So even if he's out, they've been playing really well lately, and we're up to a tough challenge.
How do you feel on this road trip where you guys have been as in terms of the games? Like obviously results aside, like where do you sort of feel right now?
Obviously we started very strong in Vancouver, and I think even the game in Calgary, maybe we didn't have our legs and have our fastest paced game, but I think we did stuff good defensively, didn't give up a lot, and then came down to the last couple of minutes of the game when we broke down with a goal, and then right after that a 2-on-1 with some detailed mistakes, and then other than that I think we're hungry. We're in a hungry position to end this road trip with playing the right way, and I think that when we play the right way, we play with our speed and our system, we can beat any team.
You kind of mentioned a little bit there, but there's been like a couple incidents this season where maybe you guys have given up 2 goals very quickly. I think about Detroit and the other night. What needs to sort of change maybe in those quick moments for you guys?
Yeah, obviously we have just trust the system. Trust the system that we're playing, not start doing our own thing just because one breakdown. We still got to trust what we're doing. We got to trust our teammates to do the right thing, and I think that was a learning process. Talked about it, we've gone over it, and I think we're getting better each day. And like I said, we're excited for a new game and a tough challenge today that we're ready to face.
Sheldon talked yesterday about how important that day in Banff was. It wasn't a full off day. You guys did some stuff together. What did you take out of that experience?
It was a great time. Obviously, getting a little time off the non-NHL city was something that was completely new to me. I've never done that before, but just having some time together with the team and together with the coaches, and just get even closer to each other. I think that was a good day, and we came out during the practice in Banff as well, and we had great energy, and we had a great day there, so we're looking forward to get back to it.
Sheldon, a good practice for your group yesterday, and now this final stop on this road trip. What do you need to see from your group after the way things went in Calgary?
We just, to me, we played an excellent game in Vancouver. We played a fine game in Calgary. Didn't do enough things offensively to break through, and then made a couple of mistakes at a key time late in the game that cost us points. So, we've been playing fine, is what I'm saying. I think it's just coming out with a little extra urgency and coming off a loss, and the team, in a game in which we didn't score, and now playing against a team who was very good. So, all of those reasons, we expect our group to be at their best tonight. And
you talk about, going against a team that's very good. Obviously, no McDavid, but that doesn't mean that, they have those weapons. Yeah,
I'm not one bit surprised that with him leaving, that the team has played better and hasn't really looked back. It's it seems like that's the case in a lot of situations, especially with really good teams. Something like that happens and gets everybody's attention, and the team pulls together and show what they're capable of. So, yeah, it's I've got a lot of respect for this group, as everybody in the league does. With McDavid or not, there's a lot of threats. They play a good team game, all that kind of stuff. So certainly we're going to have to be at our best.
What do you do in light of Bastian's absence? Will Curtis come in and play, or will you go with 11-7? How are you handling it?
Curtis will come into play. We talked about 11-7, obviously trying to get Nemec involved. Ultimately just decided that 7's a little too disruptive to the defense group that for the most part has played quite well for us. So we didn't want to disrupt that, and wanted to get Curtis in.
How has your team played this year? You played more games than any other team. How has your team played in your mind?
I think we've been up and down, a little inconsistent. Some of that, I think. That October schedule, when I was coming in as a new coach and you're spending the off season looking at it. First, you got the trip to Prague that cuts your preseason a week short and a lot less practice time, and then you come back and we had 11 games in 20 days coming back there. So it's been a challenge. We've practiced very little. In fact, we practiced more on this road trip than we did, from the time we returned from Prague till the end of October. So that said, I think our group is getting an understanding of A, what they're capable of, B, how we want to play, and I think we've really come together well as a team. I've been really impressed with that because there's a lot of new faces here, not just me, but on the player side, there's a lot of new guys. The group's coming together, so the energy of the group has been good, and we're hoping that really pushes us going forward.
What's it like for a coach? I always say a player goes to a new team, it's tough for him to fit in. What's it like for a coach when you coached a lot of the same players for as long as you did, all of a sudden these are your players now? Yeah,
it's different. It's a first for me. Even when I was hired by the Leafs, I was coming up from the Marlies, and I knew basically everybody in the organization, and I'd worked with a lot of the players at the AHL level. Probably the closest thing was when I was hired to Sault Ste. Marie in the OHL and came in and knew no one. But it's been great. It was a great off season, getting to know people as best I could, and then as we got into the swing of things here, it's been really good. The players have been extremely receptive. We've got a group, whether it's guys who have been here in the past or those who have come in, that are very committed to improving as a team, and they know we've got work to do. And I've really enjoyed working with them, and they've been very receptive.
The holdover, Sheldon, what were you facing when you came in? A team that had experienced a high and a low. How did you kind of attack that in terms of the holdovers and restoring some confidence?
Yeah, it was, really for me, like we talked about the high and the low, and that's never a good thing as a team. You want to build something that's sustainable over time. And I mean, you look at it here right now, this Oilers team, they lose McDavid, and the team plays better and finds ways to win. I think that's what you're looking for as a team, that no matter what the circumstances are, your team can overcome it. We started this season without Hughes and Pesce on defense, and that was some adversity for us right out the get-go, and we didn't want to use that as an excuse. We wanted to just get going and get playing. That's really what you're looking for, is build a foundation as a team that can overcome whatever the situation is. There's countless examples of teams that face injuries or goaltending issues or whatever it might be, and it doesn't slow them down. They find ways. That's really what you want, is that you've got good and consistent habits and structure that allow your team to pull together and find ways to win. And there's different ways to do it in the league, and the good teams do it more often than the others.
Are there, as an opposing coach, when you coached against Jersey and then you coach these players, are there players on the team says, oh, didn't realize he was that good, or he does these things? I guess you get it more up close and personal. Yeah,
I mean, you did enough work and you watch a bunch in the summer that you gain lots of respect for the players, and certainly coaching against them, I've got a great deal of respect for them. But Nico Hischier has been even better than I had expected on both sides of the puck, and his leadership as the captain, that's been tremendous. I'd say Siegenthaler on defense has just been so consistent for us, and taking on big minutes and tough matchups. So those are guys who really stand out. But again, to me, the biggest thing that I take away from my time here in the early going is just how engaged the group has been. The energy has been good, and the guys understand we've got ways to go as a group, but they're committed in putting in the work.
The last 1 minute.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Dougie's stuck on the one goal, and he does other things for you, but he's an offensive guy. What are you seeing about his play?
Yeah, I just wanted to, be a little more confident, willing to shoot. That's how he scores. He rips the pucks to the net and sort of, has that mindset that I'm putting it there. I think he's been a little more reluctant in the early going to do that, whether it's been deferring to others or just not quite feeling comfortable with it. But the power play has gone really well, despite the fact that he hasn't been as willing to shoot. So I think that in itself, he's distributing and recognizing he's playing his role on the power play to help it go. So I'm not so focused on the one goal, but he is a big threat back there, and we want to make sure that continues to be the case.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Thanks, Sheldon.